Hi, it's Adam, and welcome back to the Board Leadership Series, Executive Education for Nonprofit Boards. We're at part 5 of our Board Leadership 200 curriculum, Skill Building and Activation. We're teaching you the skills that you need as a volunteer and as a board member to activate your network and bring more people into the cause you serve. And today, we're talking about how to talk about your nonprofit's impact. A few years ago, I wrote this little framework that a nonprofit loved and it stuck. It's called the ABCs of Impact: ambition into action, belief into breakthrough, and compassion into change. So let's start with the first, ambition into action. Because every nonprofit starts with a bold idea and a vision for what could be. That's the ambition. But donors in your community want to feel what you're actually doing. So connect the dots for them. Say something like, we believe that every young person deserves housing security, so we launched a street outreach team last year and served 412 youth in just 6 months. Wow, what a story. What an initiative. That's taking ambition and turning it into action. Next, belief into breakthrough. This is where your mission becomes momentum. What does your organization believe? And what breakthrough has that belief made possible? So you can say something like, we believe trauma-informed care should be the standard. So last year, we helped an organization retrain every staff member, and they saw a 40% drop in emergency placements. Or whatever it was that you did as an organization. What cause did it have in someone else's life? That's where you turn that belief into a breakthrough for someone else. Which leads to the C, compassion into change. This is where the human story lives. What do we see that's painful, unjust, and in need of care? And how does the work that you're doing as a board member, and how does the work as an organization help transform it? Something like, we know isolation is a hard thing, especially for aging adults. And this program, at this nonprofit that I'm a board member of, it pairs volunteers with seniors for weekly calls. And one participant even said, this is one of the best reasons to get up in the morning. There it is. That's your compassion turning into change. And here's the best part. You've got plenty of examples to use. Because as you've thought about your why and thought about how you can tell your story, here's a framework that you can use that can stand alone or flow into one cohesive story. So use one, use all three, but when someone asks, what's the impact of that organization that you serve? Now you've got a map. And through the skill building and activation series, you don't need a dashboard. You just need a human narrative with a clear art. Now, with the Board Leadership 300 series, we're going to talk about strategy and structure. We're going to really dive into the nuts and bolts of a nonprofit. To help you as a board member understand why you're there, we've given you some skill building and instructions. Now we're going to talk bigger picture about how you can really help your nonprofit, where we go from good instincts to great systems. Thanks for sticking with us. We can't wait to see you in the next section.